Hello guys, we're going to continue with our grade 11 database programming class. So yesterday we were connecting our database to the Delphi application. So what we are going to do now, we are going to go deeper and deeper from what we were doing yesterday. So what I want us to do right now is to do a short recap of what we were doing yesterday. So what you are going to gain here, you are going to gain, we're going to start by recapping yesterday's work. And then now, as you see, I have this table here. You are going to know how to use one data source to show two tables. Okay. Okay, but before, okay, the other thing that you are going to know how to use other data controls to control, to show the information that is in the table. So right now you are not going to be using a database, a DB grid to show your table. You are going to be using other data controls like like what we did yesterday, like using the DB edit. Okay, so right now, as you see on my form, I have nothing. I have this unit here. I want to use it. And then this one, I will cover it later on. What I want to start with right now, I want to start by showing you how to use other controls to show your table. If you remember very well, here is where we need to start. So the components that were, I wonder if you still remember which component we were using yesterday. Yesterday we were using an ADO. Okay, I'm going to search it there to make things to be quicker. An ADO connection. This ADO connection, remember, it was connecting the Delphi to the data. And it is an ADO table here on DBCO. ADO table. This ADO table was connecting to the ADO connection. And then another thing that we need is a data source. Data, okay, a data source. Okay, so right now we've got all the components that we need here in this DB grid. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to change the names, but it is important to change the names because you always have to remember how you have named them. When you want to change the properties of this, you can go to sector and here you want to change it here. Okay, so what we need here right now is the connection string. I'm going to connect it so that we can be able to recap on yesterday's work. Okay, so right now I'm going to come here to build. Okay, before I come here, I went to connection string. After connection string, I went to build. I'm going to build right now. Okay, right now I'm on build. I choose this one because my database is a 2003 version. And then after this, I will click next. Okay, this is where we have to set the table, where we have to search for our table. I'm sorry. Okay, here we are searching for our table. Okay, my computer is a bit slower. Okay, there we go. So we are going to go to desktop. That's where I have put the table that I want us to connect to. Where is desktop? Here is desktop. Desktop from desktop. There we go. For that testing. Okay, here is my table, newspaper table. Okay, there it shows. So because I am going to put a project in the same folder with the database, I don't need this file path. So I'm going to delete it. And then I don't need this as well. Take it off. I don't need the blank password too. So let me test my connection. Test connection succeeded, which means everything is fine. All right, and then now I will go to advanced because I want to read and write on my database. I want to edit my database. So I'm going to choose read and write. Okay. Okay. Right. So here done connecting. I have to make my connection to be true. I forgot something, you see. That is what I was avoiding, to always when you connect, press this thing. So it will ask you, so we have to make this login prompt to be false. Now the login prompt is false. So we can come here on our table. And this table, remember this table connect to this ADO connection. I will look for the connection here. There is the connection that I found. ADO connection 1. So I come down here to look for the table that I want to connect to. Here is the table. And right now I'm going to choose, no, why is it showing me this? This is not where it is. Oh, okay, yeah, it's fine. I will connect to the advert table and then active, true. Active need to be true. So we have the data here in this ADO table now. So we come back, we come here to data source. We're looking for the data set. We only have one table, so it should show us ADO table 1 connected. Okay, everything is perfect on this side. Okay, right now we're going to come here. Okay, let me just show the table first on a grid, on the DB grid, and see how it shows. Okay, what do I need? Do you still remember what I need here? I need data controls. Here are my data controls. So I'll just take this grid, put it here. And then I want to use this grid to display my table. Okay, then I will come here and look for a connection. Look for a connection. Okay, we want to connect to the data source now. Doesn't show me anything. Do you know what is the reason? Okay, the reason is here. This unit and this unit are not connected. They don't communicate. So in order for us to make them to communicate, we need to come to this main unit and open here in the code. And then we go to uses. We want to use unit 1. Unit 1. That is the name of this data module right here. This data module's name is unit 1. Okay, so we're going to go back here and see if we can be able to show up our table. Remember, it was not showing us anything. Right now we've connected it. It show, boom, there we go. Data module, it shows us the data. But then this thing is too small. Okay, let me make it a bit bigger, so that all the information can show. Okay, so do you still remember if we have fields that are bigger here, what we need to do? We can right click here, go to column editor, right click here, add all fields. So which field can we edit here? Which field will fit? Which field? Date, place. How big it is. See, there is a space here. Just want to make it come back become a bit closer. Let's say 100 and let's say 100. 100. And see how does this work? Came a bit closer. Okay, let's say 80. Say 18. Yeah, now it is fine. Okay, so that was just a recap of yesterday's work. How to connect a table. All right, right now, today we want to use other controls to show the same table. Okay, to use other controls to show the same table, we come back here on our data module. We come to this is where the table is. We double click here. Then we right click here. So add all fields. You add all fields. See, these are the same fields as the table. Let me open the table. See, we have all the fields now. We have adverts, clients. All right, so what I want us to do now is to display this using, remember yesterday we were putting edit. So I want this to show only on edit, not in a table. So right now I'm going to go right click here, select all. See, all my data is selected now. And then I just drag it with my mouse, put it here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's run our table and see. Let's try to use the navigator and see what is going to happen here. Okay, let me leave this thing like this. Okay. Or if so, right now all our fields are showing on another form. So if you want, you don't want to use a table, so you know now you can use another thing. Okay, so right now I am going to go to the other part of the topic. Okay, before I go there, let me display, okay, let me delete all this so that we can have space. So that we can have space, edit, delete. Okay, let me put my table here. Okay, make it a bit smaller. All right, so now I'm going to show you, in order for you, okay, let me display the other table. We're having two tables there. So let me come here. So in order for us to display the other table, remember, we need another ADO table and another data source. So I will come here, say ADO table, ADO, The connection doesn't matter. The only thing that we need right now is the ADO table and the ADO source. So we need ADO table, and then we are going to need a data source. So we need data access, something that we are going to use to access the data that is there in the Microsoft database. All right, so I'm going to connect this second table to this connection. Remember, this connection have the whole database with every table that are there in the database. So right now I'm going to connect this one to this and select the other table. Remember, on this one, do you see which table did we take? We took this table for adverts TV. So right now we are going to come to this one and select another table. Remember, the first thing that we need a connection. We are connecting where? To the ADO connection. After the ADO connection, we need to come here and select the table. So now we're going to take the table for clients, and then after that, we're going to come here and make it to be active. So right now it is active. So we're going to go to the data source. In our data source, we need the data sets. From which table? From ADO table 2. Remember, this one was connected to table 1. This one is connected to table 2. All right. So now we need to come here and get a DB grid to show up the other table. Okay. Let me get another DB grid. DB grid. Where is DB grid? Data controls. It is here. Come here. Put it here. Okay. Bit closer to this one. Yeah. Okay. So remember, our DB grid also needs to be connected. So what we need right now, why is it going there? We need to select the data source that we want to work with. Here is the data source. And then I will select data source number 2. Here is our second table. See, it is different. Let me just right click, column editors, right click, add all fields. And then right now, I am going to make my fields smaller. This field is too big. So we're going to come here and make it, let's take it very down and make it 100. Okay. Yeah. Now our table is perfect. We've got 2 tables. What I want us to do today, I want us to show both these tables in one DB grid. And then if you want to work with this table, you will have to choose the table. Actually, this is what I want us to do. Let me come here and run the program. Come here and run the program. My antivirus is always making my computer to be slow. Okay, at least now. So if I press here, I can see the table for clients. If I press here, there it goes. Okay, let me just close my antivirus quickly. Okay, the program is still running again. Let me wait for it. Still waiting, still running. Okay, When I click here, I see this table. When I click here, I see this table. So I will show you all the components that have been used here. See, even my navigator here is working. My navigator here is working. Okay. Let me first close my antivirus because it always disturbs me. I forgot to for 1 hour. Let me close it for 1 hour. Okay. Stop. All right. So right now, right here, I have got a radio group. And then here, okay, a radio group. The radio group, I got it from here. Let me come here. Okay. Come on. Okay. Let me wait for it. Okay, it's fine now. The radio group, I got it here from standard. Took this radio group. Where is it? This is the, okay, this is only the radio button. Here is the radio group, put it here, and then I took my radio buttons. Here are my radio buttons. I put 2 of them because I've got 2 tables. So after that, and then this one, you already know it. It's DB Navigator. This one is the DB grid that we use to display the information. So what I did here, I have put code. This is the code. Or let me just start the code from scratch so that everyone can be able to see how did this thing happen. Okay, so I've got my navigator here. Okay, here is the data module that was used here, and here I have used only one data source. Okay, connected my table here. You can see the connection string is here, and then login prompt is false. It's true here. Connected this one here. Then you can see it's connected. It is active. And then I connected this one here. You can see it's connected. It's active. So right now, and then this is my data source. Data source is also connected. So what happened here? So we're coming to this main form, and then here when you can come to the code, look at here at the top, I have this data module here. This is very important. In order for you to know the name of the data module, you will see it here at the top, or you can just click anywhere in this form. You are going to see it here in Object Inspector, DM newspaper. This is the name of the data module. So now I will start the code from scratch. Let me just delete it so that we can go step by step with the code. Okay, so come here to the design. Let's run our program and see what is going to happen. See what is going to happen. Okay, my code is running, still running. Okay, right now you see I can click on this button, it doesn't move. Click on this button, it doesn't move because right now we don't have the code. So what I'm going to do, the code is here in the radio group. It's operating with the radio buttons. So what I'm going to do right now, I will double click here so that it can create us where we are going to put the code. So right now I am going to insert my code. So what I am going to use here, I'm going to use a width. because this needs to be looped. So I'm going to use a width. Remember, what are we working with? We're working with this. Say width. The name DM newspaper. Actually, important newspaper. Do. Okay. Okay, let me check something here. Is it spelled like that? Select on it, newspaper. Let me just do it proper because here it is capital letter. DM newspaper, do. So what are we going to do? We're going to make these two buttons to control our tables. This is the first table, this is the second table, advert table and clients table. And then I will go back to my code. And then I think the proper thing to use here is a case. Do and then begin. Then we're going to use a case. Okay. And then on our case, what are we going to be working with? We are going to be working with the radio group. What is the name of the radio group? Let me double check the name of the radio group. Let me just copy it and paste it there. Where is the name? It's RGB table. RGB table. Then go back to my code. Put it here. RGB table dot. Remember, we're working with those items that are there. There are two items that are there. So I will say item index. There we go. Item index of what? So, and then I will come back here and then 0. Know that our items index have to start at 0 is equals to begin. So right now I will call our data source. Our data source is what? Let me check again. The data source where we are going to get the information from the table. From the first table, let me come here and check it. DSR newspaper. Dot, what are we looking for? There, we're looking for the data set. Okay, here's the data set. And then will be equals to which table? Let's choose the first table. Is equals to which table? TBL adverts. TBL adverts. Yep, it's correct. And then there is an end here. Boom. Okay, our end is already here. Okay, and then just come here and put it closer. And then right now we have to begin with the other item. The other item, let's go. It's number 1. Item number 1 is equals to begin. And then we need to put the code for the table okay. Remember, we're working with the same data source. You can see here, there is only one data source. It takes information from both the tables, these tables connected to this one data source. So right now, I'm going to call the same data source DSR dot data set. We're looking for the data set, and then is equals to TBL adverts. No. The other table. What is the name of the other table? We have already put this one here. What is the table clients? Table clients, TBL clients. Then we close before I can forget to close. Okay, right now let me see and run my database and see if it is going to work. Right, here's my table. Boom, here are the tables. Here is the table for adverts. Here is the table for clients. Okay, so rather than convert to this where we were showing two tables, but then here we were cutting the story short. I hope this was helpful. Let me just do another quick recap. Okay, where do I start? I will start here, comparing these two. You can see here I have connected two tables, the clients table and the adverts table. And also here they display, here they are not going to show because both of them are here. They only show when I run it. Let me run it one more time. Adverts, clients, perfect. And then we can control here, still working. Even when I put it on this table, still working. And then let me close it. Okay, I was doing the comparison between the two. Here we can see the tables. Here we can see the tables. Here we have got two data sources and two tables. And also here we have got also two tables, two ADO tables here and here. But the difference here is that we only have one data source. And then, okay, what is important now is the connection. The connection, always remember it. Okay, that was it for our today's lesson. I will see you on the next lesson. We are going to be going more deeper and more deeper. Right now, we're going to be manipulating our database from Microsoft Office using the Delphi software. We're going to be creating more and more softwares. Okay, thank you guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.